But Mr. Art of the Deal, as he calls himself, has not yet struck a single trade deal, not a single one, with any single country.
A few moments later.
Most likely those trade deals are going to come from leaders that he's more comfortable with. And he certainly, again, says he's very comfortable with Keir Starmer.
Yeah, no question there. For President Trump, diplomacy is very personal. I mean, there's the degree of that for most presidents, but this one in particular, it's really whether or not he likes you. We know there have been foreign leaders he very much did not like. He did not care for Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada. But this is going to be a political win for the White House, Mika. President Trump up very early this morning, posting around 5:30 in the morning. We've heard from him a couple times already today about this. They're going to have an event at 10 o'clock. He's going to hold a news conference along with it.
The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. And our Secretary, as you know, of Agriculture is here. Brooke, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
You'll let the farmers know. In addition, the UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that unfairly discriminated against American products. But this is now turning out, I think, really to be a great deal for both countries, because it'll be really great for the UK also. So,
and in the end, it comes down to, as you say, Donald, economic security is national security. On national security, we've been absolutely the closest of allies for so many years, keeping the peace through that close alliance, that friendship. And now we add to that this deal on trade and the economy. And I want to thank you for your leadership on that, Donald, and for the way in which your team have negotiated this. And I'm so pleased that we've got this deal. We've finalised it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is to where we have a CNN, the Communist Chinese Party network, is pretty much having a hard time coping with the fact that what's been going on. Because here's the thing. We have the media and the Democrats saying that Trump should be trying to do this trade deal. He shouldn't be doing this. He should forward, etc., and be doing all this stuff, right? And that they are mostly with China, and anything that Trump does is not a victory; it's a failure. You're going to find out throughout this video that they immediately are contradicting themselves because of the fact that when Trump does something that they deem that he should do, you will see that they're going to complain that, oh, Trump should be doing this. It's going to be broad day. I've been waiting to make this video for the past weekend now after reviewing this, because this is something that you guys need to see to understand and how the media works. And whatever Trump does, it doesn't matter. And this is them here saying, like, Trump needs to make this plea deal. He's going to do stuff that these trade deals are better, etc. And here's the actual clip.
President today under oath said we're currently negotiating with 16 of the 17 most important countries, and he'll be meeting with the Chinese this weekend when they all converge in Switzerland. I think dealing with, with all due respect to all these other countries making deals, they're small and relatively unimportant. We're the big player in the field, and everybody knows it, and people would rather do business with us than do business with China because of what Jim just said. They have all these strategies to inflict pain upon you if you don't bend to their will or allow them to break the rules. And so I think when you're dealing with the United States, it's going to take a little bit of time to work out the best deal for us and the best deal for them. But I have a lot of confidence that when push comes to shove and people get right down to it, an alliance, a trading partnership, business dealings with the United States is a heck of a lot better than being reliant on the Chinese, because they have seen what they have done to us and everybody else in the world. The decoupling and the isolation of China is a real thing, and, it may be a little painful, but it's necessary. Most significant country.
No,
we are the
Scott,
world's
stop
superpower.
with the jingoism.
We are the world's superpower.
Stop with the jingoism.
Dealing with us is the most important thing.
Stop. Do you think that China can do just as well with the EU? Do you think that China can do just as well with India?
If I were the EU, I would not want to be reliant. And look what's happened to us. They don't want it.
It's not a question of reliance. It's a question on the fact that everybody is cutting deals with each other. We're not cutting deals with anybody.
We have one thing in the news
tonight.
You guys keep saying
they're having discussions with each other.
We're in the middle of talking to 16 countries, according to the Treasury Secretary.
According to the Treasury Secretary, we've been hearing from them for over a month that we're on the cusp. Any day now, any day. No, I'm saying that I've been
He's
hearing.
under oath today.
I'm saying that every deal that we heard about is coming any day now, any day now.
How
any
quickly
day now.
would you be able to cut a trade
How
deal?
quick?
I wonder
I
how
wouldn't.
sustainable.
No, let me answer that question. I wouldn't get
I
into
think
this
that's
mess
a-
in the first place.
I think
Scott.
that's a very good.
You wouldn't try to
that's a
improve our
very
trading
good
relationship?
I
question.
would not get into this.
Scott.
Good to know.
No, Scott, let me tell you something. Kentucky, my friend, you guys import more than any other state in the nation. You want to represent that state in the Senate? You go tell the people of Kentucky why they have to sit there and listen to this nonsense. Their bourbon's about to be tariffed to hell. You guys are about to have no trade with Canada. You're about to lose millions upon tens of millions of dollars just in Ontario province alone with all the stuff that you're not importing there. So why don't you go tell the people of Kentucky?
We have a lot more ahead
I know a little
on
more
the
about
Canada
Kentucky
piece of
politics than
this.
you do.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, they trust the president.
Oh, okay.
They voted for the president, and they're going to let him
I
make the
can't
best.
wait.
See, now, there you have it. Now, that woman looks very, very stupid now because obviously we have a historic trade deal that is going on, right? So obviously this is what's going on here with the fact sheet. U.S. UK reach historic trade deal. And this was something that Trump was trying to promise or trying to do or what have you of this instance here, right? What he was trying to do. Now, he wanted to open up the U.S. market, which for more favorable and better trade deals for the U.S. Because as we all know, that the U.S. has been unfavorable in these trade deals in the past few decades, where a lot of these countries were taking advantage of the U.S. and we didn't need that to be happening. So now we have to reorganize it to where we have better favorability with these trade deals, and along with this is also with the farmers as well, which is massive in every regard. And this is what Trump has to say on this matter.
This morning, I'm thrilled to announce that we've reached a breakthrough trade deal with the United Kingdom, incredible country. Today is a victory day for World War II. We won the war together exactly 80 years ago, so there could be no more perfect morning to reach this historic agreement. And it's beautiful weather out. I will tell you that, Keir. Beautiful weather. It's so perfect outside. But it's really, in particular, the agreement with one of our closest and most cherished allies. And we're so happy that that's the way it worked out. I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer and his very talented team for their outstanding work and partnership. Today's agreement with the UK is the first in a series of agreements on trade that my administration has been negotiating over the past 4 weeks. With this deal, the UK joins the United States in affirming that reciprocity and fairness is an essential and vital principle of international trade. The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. And our Secretary, as you know, of Agriculture is here. Brooke, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
You'll let the farmers know. In addition, the UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that unfairly discriminated against American products, but this is now turning out, I think, really to be a great deal for both countries because it'll be really great for the UK also. So they're opening up the country. Their country is a little closed, and we appreciate that. They'll also be fast-tracking American goods through their customs process, so our exports go to a very, very quick form of approval, and there won't be any red tape. Things are going to move very quickly both ways. The final details are being written up in the coming weeks. We'll have it all very conclusive, but the actual deal is a very conclusive one. We think just about every.
Now, what I find out hilarious here is that a lot of the news media was crying and complaining about this, right? On how this was going to be bad. Now, look what we have here with some of these, with the stocks. We have the S&P 500, which is up 3.26%, which is today. If we go up by 4%, if we go back 5 days ago, which is up to 4.25% in the past 5 days, which is massive. Even if you go back a month, which is, here you have 8.11%. So this is crazy here. This is not a negative of whatsoever in any actual regard. This is all straight positive. Now, obviously, when you go back 6 months, it goes down, but guess who was in office 6 months ago? November 12th, 2024. Obviously, we can all tell who was president between that time. But now, if we go here, between the April and all this, when Trump is in president and had some time to cook, guess what happens? This is all going up. Then, of course, you have this here with the NASDAQ composite, which is up by 4.35%, 700 plus 749. And then you go back to 5 days, it's up even more. It's up 1,000, 6.16%. And so, again, what's going on here? And these people, and then we go back a month, it's up by 11.15%. And these are the same Democratic people. Look at these articles. These are the same people saying that, oh, the dollar is collapsing, the dollar is going down. How is that possible when you have all these other things going up? Dow Jones up, S&P 500 up, Russell 200 index up. Like, all these stocks are up by an immense amount. But you have Democrats here going out and saying that, oh, the dollar's collapsing, it's going down. No, it's just not. It's a flat out lie.
You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. If we get that. If you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. If it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, if you had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian. Welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. It's terrible what's happened to the Democrats. So very, very important element of everything, of what we're doing, unrelated to today, but related in the sense that we'll do, if that passes, we'll do even more business with the UK. We'll have so much.
Yeah, so everything is going swimmingly. Everything is going well. And guess what, guys? This is just one trade deal out of all of the other trade deals that we have to do. And if we get trade deals like from Japan or South Korea, not North Korea, I was about to say that, and India, etc., these other places, it's going to go even further. And we're going to go further and beyond. Like, we'll really be in an excellent spot. And again, these trade deals take time. It's not like these things happen overnight. So you got to give them time to negotiate or whatever to get these things done. The fact that we have one major trade deal done and we are farmers, which are going to be able to really survive, which I didn't even mention. I might have mentioned this. I was on a farm for 15 years, and part of the reason why we sold our farm because my dad saw in the way on to the actual future here that farming was not going to be good in the future, and he was correct. And now that we have if he was still a farmer, he would have suffered quite a while of doing it. But at the same time, the long run would have helped because of how much your money you're going to be making now. So the farmers are in a really, really good spot right now because we're able to sell our meat, our other products, etc., to other countries, boosting the economy and boosting the market. And we're going to be going over how the media is talking about this, and the media is really not really happy about it, right? As I told you guys before, these people would rather see the country burn and die rather than having to have Trump win anything at all. This is the media, guys. This is what they are doing as of now because they are really, really in the coping phase, crying and really just trying to pull anything negative out of it because Trump keeps on getting the W's and they hate our country.
CNN tonight that Trump is going to announce a trade deal with the UK tomorrow. Is that something you would consider a major trade deal?
No. So let's get some numbers and some context for the people at home. The United Kingdom, wonderful country, lovely people, love myself some fish and chips, don't mind their beer, but they're our 11th largest trading partner. They account for 3% of American trade. And if I took off all my shoes and socks and got 4 more people in the room, I'd be able to tell you that leaves 97% of American trade are absolutely up in the air. Now, Laura, I want to tell you one more fact that will blow your mind. Go back 6 weeks ago. The average tariff the United Kingdom charged to countries around the world was 1%. That's the stakes here. So the best we can do is knock the United Kingdom down from 1% to 0, and it's already clear we didn't get them to 0. And along the way, the president is imposing a 10% tariff on the United Kingdom, making it harder for Americans to do business with trading partners over in the old Dart.
This is relatively low-hanging fruit. If you can't get a trade deal with the longest-standing and loyalist United States ally anywhere in the world over generations, you're going to be in trouble when you're dealing with some of the more obstreperous countries around the world, or ones that are more willing to resist your entreaties. And
let's go live right now to CNN senior White House correspondent Kristen Holmes. Kristen, just how significant is today's announcement?
Well, Wolf, it depends on what you mean by the word significant. Do you mean significant in terms of an actual trade deal, or just the fact that there is a deal at all? Because what we are hearing right now is that this deal between the two countries is not actually going to be majorly significant. For example, we've heard it's limited in scope, that it is heavy on future commitments. But it is a big deal in the sense that Donald Trump and his administration have been touting for weeks now that they were going to get a trade deal. And in fact, when I talk to administration officials and allies of the president, they seem somewhat desperate to get a trade deal on the table to show that the economy was moving forward.
And there you have it, guys. There you have it. You have the media here, CNN, Chinese Communist Network, pretty much just hating on whatever Trump does. Whatever he does, whatever he says, they hate. They can't stand. And that is the issue here. When you have this ability to say whatever Trump does, it's a failure. See, now they're going to where they're going from, oh, Trump can't make a trade deal. Trump can't do this. Nobody wants to do a trade deal with America, to, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that crazy. It doesn't mean much. It's kind of whatever. So what are you giving Trump here for any type of leeway whatsoever? You're pretty much saying that damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he can't win. He can't do anything that pleases you guys, because you guys hate America. Because what if Trump is being a victory? If you're standing behind your president and you believe in your president, then that means anything that he does that will be positive is a positive to the country. But you guys don't care about that. The reason why you guys don't care is because you hate Trump and you hate America, so you want Trump to fail, which means you want America to fail. And that is insane to me. The fact that we have this media out here that is outright saying we want our country to fail because you hate a person. This is asinine here. Remember what I am saying. We have these people that are saying Trump needs to get a trade deal. Well, we got the trade deal, so it's not a big deal. What are we doing here? So again, it's like you guys were rushing him to get a trade deal. You were wanting him to do something. You want to get things done quickly. Well, he got it done with a month's time, give or take. And you're saying it's like, oh, it's too quickly, or it's being rushed, or it's a small percentage. Get out of here. This is the reason why I cannot stand the media and why you cannot trust Trump whatsoever. Or not trust Trump, but trust the media whatsoever. The reason why you can't trust the media is because of BS like this. They don't care, because whatever Trump does, it's a failure, and they just don't. It doesn't matter. So again, we're gonna go here, right? We're gonna go here, and so say this here, that the fact sheet U.S. the UK reached historic trade deal today on the 80th anniversary of victory for World War II. President Donald J. Trump and Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced a historic trade deal providing American companies unprecedented access to the UK markets while bolstering U.S. national security. This is a great deal for America. President Trump, the deal includes billions of dollars of increased market across for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all the production produced by our great farmers. The UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that unfairly discriminate against American products. This is now to be turning to be a really great deal for both countries. Prime Minister Summers says this is going to boost trade between and across our countries. It's going to not only protect jobs, but create jobs, opening market access. This trade deal will significantly expand U.S. market across in the UK, creating a $5 billion opportunity for new exports for U.S. farmers, ranchers, and producers. This is massive here. This really helps because it means that farmers can go and employ more people to help produce our farms, which gets more money, more production. It's just a massive win overall. This has been a huge issue with our farming in general in the U.S. This includes more than $700 million in ethanol exports and $250 million in other agricultural products like beef. It commits the countries to work together to enhance industrial and agricultural market access. It closes loopholes and increases U.S. firms' competitiveness in the U.K.'s procurement market. It ensures streamlined customs procedures for U.S. exports. It establishes high standard commitments in the areas of intellectual property, labor, and environment, and it maximizes the competitiveness and secures the supply chain of U.S. aerospace manufacturers through peripheral access to high-quality UK aerospace components. So it's all good here. The reciprocal tariff rate of 10%, as originally announced in the liberalization, is in effect. The United States will agree to an alternative arrangement for the Section 232 tariffs on UK autos. Under the deal, the first 100,000 vehicles imported into the U.S. by UK car manufacturers each year are subject to the reciprocal tariff rate of 10%, and any additional vehicles each year are subject to a 25% rate. The United States also recognizes the economic security measures taken by the UK to combat global steel excess capacity and will negotiate an alternative arrangement to the Section 232 tariffs on steel and aluminum. This deal creates a new trading union for steel and aluminum. This UK trade deal will usher in a golden age of new opportunity for U.S. exporters and level the playing fields for American producers. Today's action also sets the tone for the other trading partners to promote reciprocal trade with the United States. So, again here, this means that you can. This means our cars will probably end up cheaper. Things will go down. You can hire more people, and this also creates more jobs. This is a win-win for everybody involved here. This is not a loss in any regard, and you have the Chinese news networks pretty much saying no, this is bad. So again, this is all insane. What we have here, right? It's like this is what we have to deal with the insanity of what's all going on. And this is really good. And of course, you can't help but say some of these crazy things, what's been going on, etc. So, yeah, this is the reality of everything, right? Where we cannot just trust the media. Do not watch these people. I am going to be sending this to some people that I know to show on how corrupt and how bad the news media is, because this shows on how they operate. Because if you're watching this and you hear this back and you go, what is going on here? Well, they were saying Trump can't do this. Well, now Trump did do this, and now they're complaining that it's not good. So, again, you can't win. The Democrats hate America. The news media definitely hates America. And it's shown plain as day. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friend.